Well, howdy everybody. Yeah, I'm still around. I didn't buck the kick it or anything. I'm still here. Frankly, well, I haven't made any videos for a while. Started this channel, and I really wanted to stay away from politics. I wanted this to be strictly about prepping, and I just wanted to stay out of all that. So for the last few weeks, sorry, traffic. So for the last few weeks, I've actually made videos. And when I was getting ready to upload them, I'm like, nope. Well, I kind of came to the realization that the idea of keeping this channel strictly preparedness and not going into politics is pretty much impossible. It's very, very difficult. And I found that that idea was not allowing me to be me. And I've gone back and forth with this, I really have. Hence the no videos forever. Okay. I mean, I was thinking I'll just start a new channel that is strictly about politics, but I'm like, no, because I don't want to beat that dead horse, you know what I mean? So it's like to try to have content on another channel that's strictly politics, it's going to be kind of tough. So literally I'm like, well, what do I do? What do I do? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be me, and I'm going to let it rip. I don't want this to be a strictly political channel. I don't want this to be a strictly preparedness channel. I don't want this to be strictly a Christian channel. Some of my other videos are real heavy Christian theme. I am a Christian. It is the number one important thing in my life. And so that is definitely going to come out on the videos. I will never try to squelch that. So anyway, with this channel now, in the future, yeah, you can expect to see preparedness. You can expect to hear maybe a little Bible thumping, a little preaching sometimes. And you will hear my views on what's happening politically. With that being said, why I didn't want to get into the politics is because I was finding that a lot of content creators out there, you know, when they started getting into the politics, either you believe like I believe or you're an idiot, you're a moron. That divisiveness. If you guys have watched my other videos, I hate divisiveness. There is so much of that going on in the country, it makes me sick. We need coming together, not pushing away. So you won't hear me bashing the left like crazy. I am a conservative. You guys have probably heard me say before, I am a Christian constitutional conservative. I guess that's me in a nutshell, right? And I'm also a Browns fan. Go Brownies. But anyway, so yeah, if I feel there's something that I want to talk about and it's politically driven, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And there's plenty to talk about, right? Yeah, there's enough going on that you could fill up hours of videos with what's going on. So, with all that being said, I'm back. Hopefully I'll be cranking out the videos again. But with this, you're going to see a mix of all that stuff. And frankly, if you don't agree with a certain, just click off of it, man. You don't have to watch every single video. I'd love it if everybody did, because I try to come at everything I do with love and understanding. Okay, people have different viewpoints. That's just the way it is. We're not going to agree on every single thing. And I don't care who you are. That's there is no normal. I think I've said this before on other videos. There is no normal. Everybody is different in some way. So yeah, you're going to be hearing my little spiels, but I will try to do it respectfully and pose maybe some questions to make people think. Stand by. All right, and we're back. All right. Sorry, I had to stop and give me some coffee here. Anyway, everything that's going on now, what happened with the election, what happened at the Capitol, now they are attempting to impeach Trump when he's got literally hours before old Slow Joe's going to be inaugurated. And I've had people, why in the world are they trying to impeach him? They don't want him running again. I've heard a lot of I beg people to try to stay away from all the conspiracy. Well, did you hear what they said? They're going to do this and do that and do this. We're going to go off on a little tangent here for a second. Yeah, this what I'm about to say is probably going to upset a lot of folks, and I apologize, but I gotta say what I gotta say. Yeah, guys, it's over as far as Trump. It just is, for this time. I don't believe he has got any secret mission plan to arrest all these people and all this other stuff. I was talking to somebody, and they're like, no, everything's in place. They're going to arrest all these people. They're going to drain the swamp and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, wait a second. Who are they planning on arresting? Everybody that was behind all of the debacle with the election and all the different elected officials we have on the federal level and all this. And I said, so they've got everything in place. They're just waiting to go. Yeah. I said, so they are going to arrest half of the government. Yeah, they're going to get them out of there. I said, well, wait a second. If they arrest half the government, who is going to run things? All the military's already set up, and they're going to put in. I said, hold, time out. So now you're telling me that there's going to be a massive arrest of pretty much strictly one party, and I guess a couple from the other party. I said, that's going to get folks in an uproar. And then if you install a military government, that's going to get even more people in an uproar. And I made a video a few months ago. Somebody had mentioned something about civil war. And I said, nah, man, ain't ever going to happen. Not enough people care. You got people at the far right and the far left. They're the only ones that care. As far as the people in the middle, they just don't care enough. If you want to start a civil war, that is what you would do. So no, I do not believe that there is this secret sting operation happening, because even along with those lines of thought, if that all does happen, you will have civil war in this country. I don't believe our government, our military wants that to happen. And there's some pretty smart folks there, all right? They kind of understand if they go out and do this, it's not going to be good. You know, back during the summer, we had the riots where cities were burning, multiple cities. If this happens, the entire country will be burning, okay? So, what I ask, listen to the different social medias and all the different theories out there that this is happening, and oh, you don't understand, this general said this and said that and all that. That's great, okay? Take in that information and try to get it from at least a few sources, right? Because even the Bible says that it'll be established with 2 or 3, okay? So even the Bible says don't just take the word of one, try to do a little bit of checking. And even if you're hearing that from multiple sources, because a lot of times on the social media, people are just regurgitating whatever they're reading, right? Oh, yeah. Take a step back. Go sit down in your recliner. Get you a cup of coffee, beer, whatever your beverage is that you like. And think about the consequences of if that would happen. And then ask yourself, if that is what you want to happen, if I can talk here, is that what people would want? Okay, your guy, whoever it is. Okay, I am a Trump supporter. But at the same time, I don't think Trump wants this nation to burn. There's still outlets available, and I really think with what is going on, they're kind of making Trump into a martyr. I believe this whole movement that I've heard different news agencies talk about this being a movement. I think that's just going to make it flare even more, okay? Yeah, anytime you turn somebody into a martyr, you're not killing that idea, you're just throwing gas on the fire. As far as the Capitol, do I believe there were Trump supporters inside the Capitol building? Yes, I do. Do I believe that there could have been some Trump supporters that were doing the smashing? Yeah, maybe, okay. But vast majority of Trump supporters, I saw them trying to yank people down away from the windows to keep them from busting out the windows. I do believe that there were people posing as Trump supporters that were there to light the match, right? That's their sole purpose, was to sit there and light the match. And that's what they did. No, Trump did not tell these people to go down there and smash things up. No, he did not. And that's what they're trying to get him on right now. And it drives me crazy. Back during the summer when those riots were happening all over, if you look to the different talking heads from mainstream media, if you looked at our own elected officials, and I don't need to name names, you guys probably know who I'm talking about, they were inciting these people with their words to go out and do these things. So, if what's good for the goose is good for the gander, the whole tit and tat and all that other good stuff, if they decide to impeach Trump on this, there's a whole lot of people that need to be taken care of as well, as far as legal, as far as them being impeached themselves if they hold office. Will that happen? Probably not. But anyway, yeah, and this is probably going to be a longer video. I see we're already at 15 minutes here. You guys haven't seen me for a while, so let's chit-chat. What is going on right now in our country? It's very disturbing, and I will be the first one to say it. An entire half the country, I was going to say an entire group of people, I'm sorry, half the country is pretty much being silenced. They are being taken off of different platforms. I've never been one into the Twitter and Facebook anyway, so I haven't been kicked off anything because I really wasn't on anything. But I've heard from people that, yeah, little people like me, just little guy, little people like me, just regular everyday working Joes, yeah, they've been kicked off of these things as well. Excuse me. Yeah, it's crazy what's going on. If any of you guys, let me start back up. If you've never read 1984 by George Orwell, go do that. I said read it, not watch the movie. Don't be like one of my kids. Well, I'll just watch them. No. We all did that. It doesn't matter. No, but read the book. I hear people quoting the book and stuff like that. It's scary how close we're kind of getting. In the book, yeah, they renamed everything. They were tearing down the old monuments. I mean, that's happening. They're talking about renaming all these military bases and everything else. It's scary how close that book kind of follows what's going on. In the book, if I'm recalling correctly, there was I've taken a lot of information, so forgive me if I'm off a little bit. Try to say this back to you. Let me see. Those that control, how do I want to say this? Those that control the future, to control the future. Haha. Yeah, brain kicked in. To control the future, you have to control the past. Okay, to control the past, you have to control the present. So if you're able to control the present and change the past, you control the future. And that's really what's going on. You're seeing wanting them to yank down statues of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, even Abraham Lincoln. Okay? So they can't even chalk it up to their standard. It's racist. Abraham Lincoln paid the ultimate price for what he did for the slaves. Yeah, he got shot in the back of the head. And it's scary. I've noticed for years now, instead of teaching how wonderful the United States is, they teach about how horrible we are and all the atrocities. The U.S. has not always been perfect. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all this. But what they want to do is just make everybody embarrassed of being an American, and that's really sad. And they're trying to change the past, control history, change history, and you can see it in the colleges, in the K through 12 schools. what they're teaching now is just, it's not right. It's not, you know, patriotism. It's not God-fearing. It's sad, really, what's being taught. The answer to all this, guys, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I got the answer to everything. If you've watched my other videos, I've tried to say that it starts in your home with your children. Make sure that you are teaching your kids what's right, what's wrong, etc. I've put forth a video about starting a journal. I recommend that everybody hearing this starts a journal. In 20 years, heck, dude, 5 years, screw it, 5 years, 10 years, our children are going to be taught of the radical right and how horrible Trump was and all these horrible things he did, and how they attempted this coup and all that. Whoever controls the president's going to control that. So you're going to see all this. And you can't even put it out on social media anymore. That's being wiped away. So pretty much if kids are doing a report here in a few years about the 2020 election and they get on the computer to get info, they're only going to be getting info from CNN, MSNBC, things like that. All the other info is being washed away. The one thing that they can't wash away is your little notebook. And when I say notebook, I mean taking a pen and paper and writing the stuff down. Okay? So please start a journal. Teach your children right and wrong. Talk to your friends, your neighbors. Don't do it to start a fight. That doesn't ever work. We've talked about this before. Speaking of kids, come on, son, I'm making a video. Now we got Dose in the car. Where's your mask?
Oh, you mean your mask?
Yeah, my mask. Anyway, people, as far as the present right now, it's the hollering, the screaming. It's not going to do anything. Biggest thing, like I said, talk to the kids, start your journal, record history the way it's happening. And also those local elections for your city council, township, whatever they're called, mayors, and the sheriffs are huge. Anything that they try to impose is going to have to be carried out on a local level. So that is where making sure you got the correct local people in place to say no, yeah, or whatever is really important. Well, anyway, we got him here. He had to come interrupt the video.
You're welcome.
No problem. And we got a bit of running to do. The rest of the youngins are back at the house, so we got to roll. But with that, yeah, you'll be seeing more videos coming on here, and please comment down below. Even if you disagree with me, comment. And I guess that'll about do it for today. Nice seeing everybody again. Talk to you after a while.